All this is from Greece, my nigga. Hold on now. Look at this shit, bro. Right here, right here, right here. I got a fucking wart in my hand. This. Look, I burnt my skin right here. There was a wart, but I popped it on accident. Look. As you can tell, I really enjoyed my job at Zaxby. Yo, what's good, y'all? Disclaimer, Zaxby's, I don't think you're gonna watch this, but if you do, I don't want no smoke. I'm just giving my experience, you know. Most of the time, when you get a job as a cook for minimum wage, it's not gonna be the greatest experience in the world. I know that now. And actually, at the time of me working there, I couldn't wait to, you know, quit. But I worked there from July, right before the start of my senior year. And then as soon as I turned 18, I went and got another job at Belt for selling women's shoes. So, you know, that was a good experience on its own. You know, maybe I could talk about that one day, depending on how I feel. Some backstory was Zaxby. I got 5 homies and we all worked at Zaxby's. And the one that I worked for wasn't even the first one I tried to go work for. I actually tried to go work for one that was further from my house because the one that I worked at the time, they said they didn't have open position. You know, when you have to apply, you got to make sure it even lets you. Sometimes if they have no open spots for the position that you want, it won't even let you apply. I had went to this interview and I didn't get the job at this Zaxby's, of course. But I had went to this interview and I hate the fact that I try to get a job the whole summer and you know it's hard getting a job because you need work experience, and then when you're not 18 they can't really do much with you as compared to, you know, you being a minor compared to you being an adult. You need work experience, but you can't have work experience till you get a job. So I'm over here trying to apply everywhere.
Hey.
Yes? May I help you?
Yeah, I heard y'all niggas is hiring. What's up?
Oh, yes. Here, why don't you fill out this application?
Right.
So I apply to the Zaxby. I go to the interview and they ask you the whole song and dance, but it's like, what's the point?
You know why I'm here.
You know that I'm trying to get a job. You feel me? I'm applying for a job where I take out trash, wash dishes, and fry chicken at $7.25. And I remember he asked me like, when was the time you had your bravest moments or something like that? Like, and I'm giving him a whole like story and backstory just for this man to be like, you know, well, I'll hit you up if we have any openings. You know, basically like just, you could have been like, ask me the basic questions, availability, all of that, and then just been like, all right, I'll hit you up if we have it, instead of wasting our time. I ended up getting this job at this other Zaxby's as a cook. I don't know how it is now, but at that time, unless you're a manager or, you know, assistant manager or something like that, some type of manager, most men work in the kitchen, work in the back of the house. They wouldn't let like me apply for the front of the house. So I applied for a cook for $7.25. I remember me being so excited to work because obviously I never worked a day in my life. I think the first day they had me wash the dishes. I think after a week or so, then they had me like slowly get into the kitchen. And the person that trained me, he was a good dude. He was like at the time, I'm 17 at the time, and he was pretty much old enough to look like he could be my great granddad or something. You feel me? He was a good dude, but the way he trained me wasn't good because I'm over here burning myself. Like the way he did it, he had such a finesse with it. It's like he was like, he'll take it and just put it in there, but it's like the way he put it in there is like he don't like, you know, the way I eventually started doing it, I'll just pile the chicken up. So I have like maybe like 25 or 30 piled up, you know, and then I'll just flip it in there. So then when the timer, you got to do a shake. So when I shake, it don't be stuck. Because if it gets stuck, it won't cook all the way through. The way he taught me, it had me burning, and then I still have a scar from a burn, but I don't understand why I didn't get long sleeves, and I wondered why other cooks would wear long sleeves. It was so hot in the kitchen. You think with my lashes, because I got long lashes for a dude, you think they would help.
Nope.
I'd be over here crying, like tears in my eyes from the smoke. All of that, you feel me? Like I hated that job. And then I didn't peep how many people enjoyed Zaxby's. Like it'd be packed sometimes and you'd be like, yo, this many people in real life want Zaxby's at this certain time right now. Like y'all all decided at this time to come. Things that I hated about the job, I hated the filter machine. I hated it because it kept breaking. You would like dump out the grease, get the crumbs out, and put some filter, you know, powder in it, and then filter the grease back up, the oil or whatever, back into the fryer, and you know, it will break. and then you would have to clean it out with water hose. You have to wait till it cools down, bag it up because it's like hot, and then, you know, throw it in the trash. And like, I would go out my way to clean it nice, but then when I would get it back, they would do a half-ass job, like the cook before me, and I just hated that shit. I hated taking out the trash so much. Dishes, I didn't mind doing dishes because I'm not gonna lie, like, dishes not hard. Like, you just, if you think a lot of people care, if they're making $7.25 to wash dishes, they really don't. A lot of people I've seen don't care. Like, they'll hot water, sanitize, put it up. They're not gonna do the whole scrubber dub. You feel me? So, you know, I'm just giving you some heads up. If you never worked in the kitchen, if you never worked at fast food or nothing like that, like, that's why I don't understand how people can disrespect the workers.
Why y'all put cheese on my cheeseburger? Shut your bitch ass.
Because they can do anything with your food. Like, I've seen this dude that I did not mess with, like, drop somebody's food and then just like, oh, put it back in the box. And I'm over here like, and they don't know, nobody say nothing. He was one of those people, we didn't even go to the same school. So I didn't know this dude. I never knew this dude a day of my life until I started working there. And he was he was working there before me, but he was one of those people that, like, they like to do this thing where when I was working there, they would like clown on people when they came through and, you know, order through the drive-thru. You know, like crack jokes and stuff, you know. But they would do it so much, it would just get so annoying. It's like, bro, listen, we making their food, bro. Like, what are y'all even making fun of these people for? But I get it. I guess try to make the most out of your job, I guess. But he would just say the most corny ass jokes and laugh at his own jokes. And then he would have smart comments. He would have like smart ass comments. And you could just tell, like, he's one of those people that work is everything for him at that point. Like, outside of work, he ain't really nobody. You feel me? Me, I'm a chill person, especially at that time. Like, I'm not saying much. I'm just to myself. I'm just there to just get this little money that I can get and keep it moving. I'm not there for all the extra. I just remember like telling myself, look, if he try me, if I have a bad day and he try me,
I beat the shit out one of these niggas, boy. Straight up. Niggas don't want to fight no more.
I might have to, you know what I'm saying? That job really showed me that school, as much as you can hate school, please go get your education, because you don't want to sit there and have to depend on another person to, you know, like, you don't have, like, for me, the worst experience that made me realize that I hated that job and I don't know how I didn't quit. It was one day. People would come in the morning, so sometimes I would have to prep. And I don't know if I was prepping that day or whatever, but when you prep, you gotta, you know, prep the chicken, and then you gotta prep the lettuce and all of that, right? So all of the trash, most of the time when you're a cook, you take it out when you leave. And then you have to throw it in this like trash bin. But see, I'm like 17 at the time, short as hell. And, you know, in order for me to get the trash in there, I gotta like pick it up and like over. So the thing is, like, instead of them being like, yo, can you come like take out the trash or like put it to the side and get another trash can, they piled it up so much with lettuce and chicken that when I'm trying to take it and throw it in the bin, the bag pops. And I'm telling you, like, that chicken goo, water, whatever, just all through my shirt, and everything is just soaked, and it just went through my shirt and everything. And I'm just like, bro, this shit can't be real. Like, I don't know how I didn't quit, but that moment showed me that no matter what, there's no amount of school, like when it comes to high school or nothing, like I don't ever want to have to be in a position where that happens to me and I gotta sit there and go back in with a smile on my face and have people yell at me for $7.25. No. After that, I started applying for jobs forever. Like, I wanted to quit so bad, but you know, you're never supposed to quit till you get another job. And so I just remember getting my job at Belt. That was a good time there for a little bit. Look, Zaxby wasn't even like, I just hated being a cook. Like, I feel like if I was in the front of the house, I would have enjoyed it a lot better, because I just hate, like, I'm not a cook, bro. I don't like to, you know, but it is what it is. You feel me? Like, beggars can't be choosers. When you work somewhere, because you work there so much, you get to try all the stuff that compared when you did eat there every once in a while, you wouldn't try. Like the macadamia nut cookies, I think that's what they're called. I didn't start trying those until I worked there. Like contours, you know, all types of stuff. And I remember one time they had this like chicken tender, but it had like, you know, it had like marinara sauce, cheese, and then my manager would toast it for us on the like bun that they would normally give you for like the grilled chicken sandwich, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. And that used to be immaculate. That used to be delicious. You feel me? Like, and the sweet tea, used to drink as much sweet tea as you wanted, and I love sweet tea because, you know, I'm a country ass Georgia boy. I remember I had started working at Belk. I was working there as a temp for just a holiday time. I remember the manager that hired me, she was like, yeah, make sure you put in your, you know, you let them know, put in your 2 weeks, da-da-da-da. Probably telling me, like, she probably don't. Knowing her now, she probably didn't really care, but that's just what you gotta say. So then, I just remember, like, I was just so over the job. I remember my last day, and I didn't even finished my whole 2 weeks. I turned in my uniform early, but I remember my last day, it was raining, and I was having so much fun that day because I knew I wasn't coming back. And I remember going in front of, like, it was dead. Like, it was no cars coming in. I remember going in the rain after I was taking out the trash, going in front of the speakers or whatever, like, where they see your cars, where the cameras are, where you take your order, just dancing, dog. Like, on some, you know what I'm saying, on some goofy ass shit. And I remember the, like, manager at the time, like, she know what's up. She know, I already told them I had got a new job. Like, they knew what's up. They knew I was out of there. You know, the funny thing is, like, there are people that were working there for a long time. And at that time, you know, I guess it's different now, but the amount of, you know, like, now you can make some money. I don't know how much they get paid now, but at that time, we weren't really getting paid, you know, nothing but minimum wage. And I know people that are working there for like a good minute, didn't get no raise or nothing like that. And it's like, they was telling me like, bro, you tripping, you not gonna like it. I'm like, bro, instead of me burning myself with chicken grease smelling like smoke and oil, I could go sell women's shoes. What? An air conditioned like environment? Come on now. I knew I was about to quit, so I had worked a double. My only like time working a double at that job when I got off from school all the way till we closed. And I forgot what it's called. It's when you get out of school early for work, but that's what I had. And so I went to work and stuff, trying to get some extra money. And that time, $725, like, not knowing that a lot of that, all that money, really, that double all went to taxes. But it was just like that mindset of every dollar counts. And it really humbled and made me realize, like, I'd rather do whatever. I'd rather get to it and put my all into, whether it's school or, you know, invest in yourself, you know, educate yourself or whatever you got to do to make sure you don't got to be one of those people that are grown with families and you got to sit there and take that stuff. Because it's a lot of, like, people don't have respect for people that work fast food. Like, when it comes to food, people get very disrespectful. And then as a work environment, some people take advantage. Like, they're weird. Like, they think the fact that even though we're both workers for Zaxby's, none of us own the building that we're working in, you feel like you have the right to disrespect me because you making a little bit more and because of a little title. You smell like smoking oil every time you go home, just like I smell like smoking oil. You feel me? But it is what it is. I appreciate y'all for listening to me and everything. And I don't even know who be watching this, but I want to tell you I appreciate it. Like, it really means everything to me. And it's not like something that is just for the moment. Like, it is something that I'm really going to put my all into this. So I appreciate the support. I'm going to put my all into it. But y'all have a good day. Thank you. Bye.
Hey, heat up, I blow like a bomb, no need for attachment. Freak hoe, she just want the money to get her some plastic. I spit on your block, sit on them hits. I think I'm the nigga, I'm sitting in the blitz. I gave you a reason why nigga exist. Just give me the cat, don't give me no kiss. If your name come up, you get dismissed. If I told you once and I meant what I said. 2 things I care about, money and sex. My pocket getting hussy, I feel like the rest. Hey, but striking on dice, I ain't never ever fall out. Stand in my jeans, I just hope it don't fall out. I'm a girl with that acting, I call it Latif. I'm growing it dope, yes it's a TV. I'm smoking that loud, you smoking that real. But you try to kill me, my niggas gon' eat you, we play with that dope. Just like